One Piece chapter 1109 is out. Chapter title is Termination, and this chapter starts off with a cover page story. We haven't had one since the Germa's cover story, and this cover story shows the submergence of Onigashima. So this cover story is highly likely going to be the after effects of Onigashima, the raid on Onigashima, what happened to Kaido. We were shown a panel of people mentioning the Big Mom pirates, but no clue on what happened to Big Mom, and no clue on anything about Kaido. We saw what happened to King and Queen, but the other Tobiropo, Jack, we have no idea what's happening. So this cover story might cover what happened to them, or the story can be about the Big Mom pirates finding out about Puddin's kidnapping when they reach Whole Cake Island. I love if it has to do with the Tobiropo getting back on the feet, finding out what happened in the volcano. Going into the chapter, we start off right where we left off from 1108 on Vegapunk's message. He's trying to decide on when to say this message, whether do it immediately right now or wait for the people to get ready so they can hear the message. They first decided on an hour, then he was convinced to reduce it to 10 minutes because Saturn's going to try to intercept this, and seeing what happened at the end of pages where all the 5 elders show up, they're going to try and intercept this, and so we have to hold it long enough for at least more than 10 minutes, because waiting 10 minutes is nothing, because after 10 minutes it's going to be delivered, so we have to wait like at least 5 additional minutes, so with a minimum of 15 minutes for the message to start getting there. And maybe when it gets important is when they're going to cut off the connection of Vegapunk, if this is where it is being broadcasted from. I know this is a film, this has been filmed already because this is before Vegapunk died, but the location might be different. He is the smartest man alive, so he might have filmed this a long time ago and set it somewhere else where the world government will not go. They all think it's going to happen in Egghead Island, which everybody else will think, so even we think it's happening right there. So it might be happening somewhere else. Whatever it is we're waiting for, he is the smartest man. It is shown here it is shown that the similarities of the 5 elders goes deeper and deeper, that they can talk to each other even though if they're far away. So this might be outside of the range of devil fruits. It may be a power system entirely, or it might be a set of devil fruits that together, when combined with certain aspects, has a certain connection. It might be a set, or something we have never seen before, so it could be anything. It could be a whole other power that's not a devil fruit related, or it is a power that is given from a devil fruit to others. So Imu might have given them a devil fruit, so they all 6 of them are connected together, or it might be sets of devil fruits that go really well together, communicate well together. And since it's highly likely if it's a devil fruit, it's going to be mythical devil fruits, that means they might have special effects with each other that we have no idea about, that other citizens don't know in the One Piece world. So going back, they're talking to Saturn to see what's going on. Saturn confirms that Vegapunk, at least the main body, is dead, so this might be a message that is set after his death. And then we go outside into the world where we see Dressrosa, where the Tontaras are also. So this confirms that Straw Hat Grand Fleet are not going to show up, because there's no way that others going to show up without the Tontaras there, and it's highly unlikely that's ever going to happen. And then it goes to East Blue and shows Fuchsia Village, where Woos Slap is there, and it's confirmed by Woos Slap that Fuchsia Village cannot afford a visual transponder snail, so that means a transponder sale costs a lot of money, and a visual will cost a lot more. So it might be like a pit situation where a regular transponder snail is a bit cheaper, where even small village can handle, but the visual will cost towns and cities GDP level to raise, and anything below that cannot afford it. After Fuchsia Village, we see Water 7, where it shows Iceberg and his secretary, which was shown on a, I don't know if it was a cover page or a cover story. Her name just revealed in this chapter. It's called Alice. She was one of the candidates that was interviewed to be his secretary after Khalifa left. I just found out her name is Alice. I don't know if that's her name has been revealed or not. After Water 7, we're shown Big News Morgan's reaction, and we know wherever Big News Morgan is, there's Wapple and Vivi, so we see their reaction. And as in the latest SBS, it was confirmed that he is a devil fruit user, and he just stays in his devil fruit form all the time, unlike other people where they just go on and off between their fruits. After we see the World Economic Journal, we are seeing other blues other than East Blue, which is the North, the West, and the South Blue. And then we get back to the fight where Luffy is fighting Kizaru and Seitan. We see Luffy bang them together with his two hands and turn him to thin like dough, and it starts spinning him on his finger, both of them, like what you do with pizza usually when you're playing tricks with a pizza dough, and then just throws them after, and he throws them towards a marine ship where Kizaru goes and falls off. But Saint Saturn just goes back out of nowhere, and Luffy is just having a conflicted thought right now. It's like, what's going on? He doesn't understand his power at all. It's what happened with it is the same thing that happened with Apu and Luffy. Luffy got knocked out by Apu, and he didn't know what. Although Luffy is stronger than Apu, but since he didn't understand his power, and he just got knocked out. And the same thing has happened here. Yes, Luffy is strong. He's totally able to take down a Saturn with his current power level. But if he cannot figure out what it is, it's going to be really hard for him. And then at the end of the chapter, seeing Saturn, I don't know if it summons or reverse summons the other elders. So we see 4 black lightnings coming through, and then boom, we see black smoke coming out, and then we see circle, and there's circles right around the smoke. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're fighting the elders. If they know they can't win, they can summon another one of them. So that means if you guys fight till you're tired and you're about to deliver the finishing blow, all they have to do is just summon one more. I think you're done. And imagine if they can summon Emo too. No one person can defeat any one of them. As if this is what they have in the arsenal, you have to be able to fight at least 5 of them. And I don't know who in this world is able to fight all 5 elders. Although Saint Saturn has been treated as a punching bag, but we don't know his power. We don't know his extent. We don't know the extent of his power. And without knowing about your enemy, you gotta know yourself and your enemy before you can defeat him. If you don't know, you're gonna be losing. But how is Luffy gonna defeat 5 elders? And if Kizaru comes back, yes, the giants are coming to help him, and highly likely that the robots, ancient robots, will come. But that's only 3 people, so that means that's still 4 against 6. And if Gandhi's coming here, it's highly likely that Zoro's get away from his fight with Lucci, and Jinbe can cover him, and they start coming fighting Gandhi. But I mean, there's still Kizaru left, where someone has to take care of, unless Kizaru just gives up right now because his mission is complete and he already killed Vegapunk, which he was ordered to do. He wasn't ordered to fight Luffy, so he might have like a Mihawk situation where Mihawk agreed to fight Whitebeard, but since he didn't agree to fight Shanks, he's gonna just walk away because that's not part of the agreement. But seeing how Kizaru is really gone, since Kizaru really is part of the system, is highly unlikely, and he just might be just like a clog in a machine. He might just follow through with it and start fighting Luffy. Now seeing the 5 elders here, usually we expected to see them in this end game, and then seeing what and seeing the Blackbeard pirates in the previous two chapters and what they're doing, it might indicate that the world government aren't the final villains of the story. If we're revealed to their power and we understand their power this early on, that means we're gonna fight them like one more time and then defeat them, and then we have to fight and then they have to fight the Blackbeard pirates. Only Blackbeard and Emu's powers are known, and whoever usually is gonna be revealed first is indicated that the other person will be the final villain. Usually, you want to leave the final villain to like have a bit of mystery, where the main protagonist has to find out the villain's own power during a final fight. Yes, we know that Blackbeard has two devil fruits, but we don't know everything about his body. He might have another devil fruit. His body might be weird. And seeing how he sacrificed decades of his life just to find the yummy yummy fruit, it might have other function other than just canceling devil fruits. Because why would he choose that fruit when the strong characters like Shanks with no devil fruit? Even if you have the yummy yummy fruit, it's not gonna have any effects to a person like Shanks. Yeah, you can use black hole and suck things in, but what is unique about the yummy yummy fruit? It might be something similar on a level as the sun god fruit. It might be like a moon or a shadow, whatever kind of god it is. Whatever it is, I want to know. This chapter is just crazy, but whatever's gonna happen, I'm gonna wait for it, and I can't wait for the cover story. I just hope it has nothing to do with Yamato. After the end of Wano, I do not care about what kind of crewmates Yamato's gonna pick up in Wano. There's also a chance of Blackbeard showing up, but I feel like out of the two ancient weapons that he's gonna know soon, it's highly likely he's gonna go to Fishman Island, as that one's the easiest compared to Wano, where Wano to get there is very hard and they can be knocked out, especially right now. Momo can talk to Zunisha, and Zunisha could be nearby Wano and can just blow massive waves at the Blackbeard pirates, and since most of them are devil fruit users, to be weak against that. So they might try that out first, and after seeing that doesn't work out, they might go back to Fishman Island to get Poseidon instead.